Hey guys, it's Elise. Welcome back to My Cupcake Addiction. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make super easy, no-bake Oreo Nutella cheesecakes. The things you're going to need for your Oreo Nutella cheesecakes, of course you're going to need Oreos and you're going to need Nutella. I'm going to leave all of your recipe, quantities, ingredients, everything you need on the MyCupcakeAddiction.com website so you can check that out and print it out from there. I've got some semi-sweet or some dark chocolate, a little bit of butter that's been melted, some cream cheese at room temperature, and I've got some whipping cream. Let's get started. I'm going to melt my chocolate with a double boiler method, but you can also do this in the microwave, just 1 minute intervals. In goes the chocolate and half of that Nutella mixture. We're going to let those do their thing and melt down nicely, and we're going to crush our Oreos. Pop those Oreos straight into a Ziploc bag. Let any air out so that you don't have a Ziploc explosion. And I'm going to whack them with a rolling pin. All right, so once you've got your nice finely crushed biscuit crumbs, just pour them back into the bowl and you're gonna pour over your melted butter. And this is gonna make like a really quick and easy base. It's gonna provide that Oreo crunch. Perfect, so I've got 2 big mixing bowls here and I'm gonna put the rest of my Nutella and my cream cheese into the first bowl and I'm gonna mix them together using an electric mixer until they're kind of like creamy. Basically just gonna look like, kind of like chocolate cream cheese. Once that one's all mixed together, you can add in your melted chocolate and Nutella mixture. We'll whisk that through now. Now it's starting to get really dark and rich and chocolatey looking. When you first start whisking this, it's gonna look like it's a little bit grainy. Keep on mixing it until it gets really, really smooth and glossy, kind of like a chocolate ganache. Perfect. All right, now this is the point where you would normally clean off those beaters because we're gonna semi-whip some cream, but I'm not gonna bother because this cream's gonna go into that mix, so it doesn't matter if a little bit of the chocolate gets into the cream, and it saves us having to do a little bit of the dishes. So now I'm gonna semi-whip. Now when you semi-whip, you wanna whip your cream until it's just starting to get kind of light and fluffy, but you don't want your beaters to be leaving any marks in the cream because as you actually add this through your chocolate mixture, you're gonna continue whipping it, and we definitely don't want over-whipped cream. Perfect, so that's what you want. So if I can show you properly the consistency of that cream, it's sort of got a little bit of shape to it, but really it's quite runny still. So now we're gonna fold that into our chocolate mixture. The cream's gonna help to give our cheesecake quite a bit of structure, and it's also gonna kind of temper down the richness of that chocolate. When I fold, I'm using big sweeping motions, and I'm gonna use a spatula or a wooden spoon is fine here to make sure that I'm scraping down the sides as I go, and that I'm evenly distributing that chocolate mixture through that cream. Perfect, so with our base made and our mix made, it's time to start filling our little jars. Now I'm just gonna divide this evenly between my jars. Once all of your jars are filled, you just wanna take something, I'm gonna use the end of a rolling pin, and just smoosh that base down nice and firmly so that it's nice and flat and it's kind of compacted. And that butter's gonna help those Oreo cookie crumbs to set into a nice, no-bake, crunchy crust. I'm gonna use a piping bag. Normally I'd use something like a Ziploc bag here, but the piping bags can be a little bit more durable, so I'm gonna go with a piping bag. And I'm not gonna use a piping tip or anything, I'm just gonna snip the tip off with a pair of scissors and pipe it straight in. As I pipe that in, I'm just gonna swirl it around so that I'm getting a really nice, neat sort of an edge on my cheesecakes. And I don't wanna fill it all the way to the top, so as soon as you hit like the bottom of the rim of the jar, stop filling and move on to the next one. Perfect. So now that all of our jars are piped, all we need to do is pop them in the fridge, refrigerate them for about an hour or so before you attempt to put the decorations in because they need to be a little bit firm to be able to hold the weight of all of those delicious chocolate candy bars we're gonna be sticking in the top. All right, so once your Nutella cheesecakes have had a little bit of time in the fridge to set, it's time to decorate. I've got some Nutella in a piping bag and I'm just gonna drizzle it around on top. Don't overfill too much here, but you do wanna kind of have enough so that your Nutella is gonna go gooily onto the side of your little jar. It kind of makes it look a little bit more indulgent. So at the back, I'm gonna put a couple of little block pieces of chocolate. I went for a couple of KitKat pieces because I love a KitKat. And I love the crunch and the snap you get of a Pocky, so I'm gonna pop a couple of those in. And this is why we didn't want to completely overfill our cheesecake jars to begin with, because you've got your cheesecake, now we've got more Nutella, and when you put in all of those little candy bars and cookies, it kind of like bulges up a little bit more. So that's it. These babies are way over the top. They're just about the best thing that I've ever seen in a jar. I hope you guys have enjoyed learning how to make these amazing no-bake Oreo Nutella candy-covered extravaganza cheesecake jars. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do for 2 new videos every week. And as always, guys, thanks very much for watching.